Alright, we are back. Ooh. So it looks like Hidden Re was picked, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, it's looking very clear that both players actually did practice the map. But for now, DimplesRMe will be finding more combo. It was Ibuki Fuko in the lead for a bit earlier, but now DimplesRMe holding that little bit of combo advantage is gonna propel them into the lead. Scorebar is now in Blue's favor, and DimplesRMe will be building up to that 200 combo faster than Ibuki Fuko here. And at the break, DimplesRMe, Ibuki Fuko, they are going to be able to see who has a score advantage, and they're going to know it's DimplesRMe. So that's got to be enough wrecking for Ibuki Fuko, since they know they have to hold on now. But even more so for DimplesRMe, because they know if it's just one miss coming out from them, it's immediately going over to Ibuki Fuko's side. So both of these players need to hold on, but both of them trade on the same section there. That's gonna be advantages for DimplesRMe, since nobody has any combo to try and build up and flip the score lead to anybody. And Ibuki Fuko actually finding one more miss than DimplesRMe earlier, so that's gonna be, once again, bit of an advantage for DimplesRMe. Ibuki Fuko in a very tough position now. And if DimplesRMe finds a single miss here, it still could go over, but I think it's not enough map left, and that's going to be DimplesRMe taking that map on their own pick. The first point that we see on somebody's own pick this match. Maybe a little bit of nerves coming out from both players at the beginning of the match, giving points on their own picks to their opponents. And it was 2 break points, but now it's going to be a point on their own pick for DimplesRMe, getting back into the rhythm of playing the match and getting the point on Hidden. Oh, apparently that was Hidden 2, and now you'll be seeing Hidden 3. Very interesting pick. Ibuki Fuko did just lose Hidden 2, but I mean, if I'm not wrong, they did win Hidden 1, so it seems that they might be very, very evenly matched here. So this is going to be a bit of a coin flip pick. And honestly, no better time to pick it than now, since DimplesRMe isn't at match point yet. Ibuki Fuko is also at 1-2. It's going to be a pretty close scoreline, whether Ibuki Fuko wins or loses this, either way. But DimplesRMe going to be holding on here while Ibuki Fuko finds a few early drops. That's not gonna be good. So Ibuki Fuko, this picking process might not be benefiting them right now, because DimplesRMe holding on to an FC, and Ibuki Fuko just not able to hold on to any substantial combo so far. And missing on that slow section once again, that's gonna be very devastating for Ibuki Fuko, as this looks to be just a bunch of free combo for DimplesRMe now. Of course, it's a little bit difficult with some of these minor adjustments that you need to make on these streams. But now as we approach a diff spike, it's gonna be a bit more difficult for Ibuki Fuko to hold on, and we see they can't break past 50 combo. They might be building back up to that. But we're gonna need to see a lot more of a better performance from Ibuki Fuko if he is to take this point, but oh, he's holding on now. But we will see DimplesRMe continuing to hold on to the FC, dropping a little bit of accuracy with that discomfort there, but Ibuki Fuko finding that miss, so that FC is going to be a lot more than enough. DimplesRMe could drop 1, 2, 3 misses here, and I don't think it would change the scorebar at all. But for now, DimplesRMe just continuing to hold on. What a dominant performance you're seeing from DimplesRMe. 99.5% to 97.9%. And Ibuki Fuko needs to continue to hold on Even though this is looking very grim, we're gonna need to see a lot of drops from DimplesRMe. But at this point in the map, I just simply don't think there's enough score to go over the Ibuki Fuko, even if DimplesRMe just plays dodge the beat now. But Ibuki Fuko finding that last miss, that's gonna be the nail in the coffin, and DimplesRMe, wonderful performance, 1,02,222 points. Very nice score, and very, very well played. Getting the full combo on Hidden 3, that's really, really impressive of a performance coming out from DimplesRMe. And there's gonna be 3-1 in DimplesRMe's favor. A little bit of a mispick coming out from Ibuki Fuko. So the Hidden 3 really just didn't work out for him. And now we'll be seeing DimplesRMe pick their own point. And if DimplesRMe can pick a map that gives them the point, that's gonna be 4-1 and it's gonna be match point situation for DimplesRMe. But if Ibuki Fuko can take a break point here, they can pick a map that they are comfortable on and get an easy point. And it looks like the map DimplesRMe is choosing is No Mod 2. This has been the weapon of choice for a lot of players this round. No Mod 2 just historically being one of the most popular picks, likely due to the short length and the no mod nature of this map. So it is relatively easier, more comfortable for these players to hit all of these patterns and FC quite comfortably. But do remember, since it's 2 minutes long and it's still 3 stars, this is a lot harder in terms of the patterning than No Mod 1. So I would assume if you're comfortable with FCing either No Mod 2 or No Mod 1, I would suggest you pick No Mod 1 since that's the one people are more likely to miss on. But No Mod 2 is also a decent pick. And if you're very consistent with FCing No Mod 2, you just have to be able to get that spinner. Because that does seem like a very important part of this map. Especially with the number of FCs that we could potentially see on this map so far. And for now, we are seeing both players assessing. So clearly both players very comfortable. And we approach the div spike. And Ibuki Fuko will be finding a miss. DimplesRMe continuing to hold on at that tiny wiggle. And DimplesRMe just looking more comfortable on this map than Ibuki Fuko so far. Halfway into the map. And after the Ki, it's gonna be a small break section. DimplesRMe getting a bit of combo to build up their score advantage, but Ibuki Fuko, it will be advantages for Ibuki Fuko as they can build up to that 200 combo relatively easier. And now they're back at 200 combo, score gain will be equal on both sides. But we're gonna need to see a miss from DimplesRMe very soon if Ibuki Fuko is to have any chance of taking this. But Ibuki Fuko will miss the cross screen and DimplesRMe holding on. That's gonna be horrible for Ibuki Fuko now. DimplesRMe just having so much of a score lead. And I don't think this is comebackable now for Ibuki Fuko. Really held on well, but the problem is those two misses. DimplesRMe finding that final miss, but I don't think it's enough. Are we gonna see another one from this? No, we are not, and DimplesRMe takes that point, 977,767. That's gonna be another point for DimplesRMe on No Mod 2. Very nicely picked by DimplesRMe here, and now it's a match point situation for him. Ibuki Fuko now put in a very difficult situation, 1-4. So Ibuki Fuko has to think about their pick, but it seems like they're very sure of what they want. No Mod 3. We have the Among Us map, guys. This is gonna be a little bit of a sussy round. But we have to find out who to eject and who is the imposter in this situation.
Amogus.
And Ibuki. Oh my god. Incredible soundboard, thank you Vivians. But yeah, Ibuki Fuko is hoping that the one to lose their life here will be DimplesRMe. On this map, of course, in-game. But yeah, a little bit of Bantro lag? Is that a Bantro miss? Yeah, it is a Bantro miss. Wait. No, wait, Ibuki Fuko did miss that first combo. What? It's a bit odd. Maybe just not prepared for the style of the map. Could have been tapped out. Yeah, but nothing to worry about. It's just one combo. Surely it doesn't carry over all the way into the end of the map. Ooh, Ibuki Fuko looks like they're struggling a little bit on these patterns. That's not what you want to see. Because this map is 2 minutes and 54 seconds long. Still relatively long compared to the previous one. And the patterns are just as tough. And Ibuki Fuko, we will be seeing find the miss. DimplesRMe continuing to hold on. And is gonna snowball their advantage now at 200 combo. This point advantage still could go over the Ibuki Fuko, as long as DimplesRMe finds a miss a little bit later in the map. But I think so far DimplesRMe just looks very comfortable. Doesn't look like they're gonna be dropping any misses. Ooh, Ibuki Fuko almost missing that, but still managing to catch that. No problem for them. And as you can see, all of these slider shapes are very funky and a little bit difficult to hit. And DimplesRMe will be finding that miss on those sliders, but Ibuki Fuko trading that back. And DimplesRMe continuing to hold on alongside Ibuki Fuko. But DimplesRMe finding another miss? Could that go over the Ibuki Fuko now? No, not enough combo as Ibuki Fuko finds another miss. And where DimplesRMe is finding misses, Ibuki Fuko is trading them back. That's not good for Ibuki Fuko. Ibuki Fuko needs to hold on and capitalize on when DimplesRMe are finding those misses, but just unfortunately unable to do so. And DimplesRMe finds a miss on that slow section. Could this go over back to Ibuki Fuko? Because this is a relatively easy section for Ibuki Fuko, it looks like. Maybe struggling a little bit, but it seems like still getting all of the combo here. That score advantage could switch back. Yeah, it's decreasing really rapidly. It's 11,000, 10,000, 9,000 now, but both players missed. And that's gonna be stagnating the score advantage right there in Blue's favor. And DimplesRMe will be building up their score advantage, but DimplesRMe misses, and Ibuki Fuko will be taking over the score advantage now. The score bar is red, and at the end of the map is gonna be a spinner to win. And it looks like Ibuki Fuko takes this map. By the skin of their teeth, they take that map with an 8,000 score advantage. That is minuscule. That is an incredible win for Ibuki Fuko. That's super close. And DimplesRMe getting the accuracy advantage, getting that combo advantage. They had everything on their side, but Ibuki Fuko clutching it up towards the end. Incredible play. And we will be seeing Ibuki Fuko take that point. So they can breathe a little bit easier, but they still have to win one break point if they want to reach the tiebreaker. And the next pick will be DimplesRMe with their last pick and going for No Mod 1. Very reasonable pick in my opinion. Seeing how dominant that No Mod 2 was for DimplesRMe, I think he's trying to play into the skill cap skill set and trying to lock Ibuki Fuko out of these patterns. Especially since we are approaching platter difficulty. A lot of these hyper dashes are gonna be harder for these players to hit. And it looks like DimplesRMe was struggling a little bit with the gimmickier patterns, but now with these more straightforward platter No Mod ones, it could be more in favor of DimplesRMe. But this is going to be easier than the No Mod 2, so Ibuki Fuko could hold his own here. And I think what matters at this point is just simply the nerves on either side. Or it could be momentum. It could be the mindset of these players that makes the big difference here, since they're so evenly matched both at assessing right now. And if you're talking about momentum, It is slightly in favor of Ibuki Fuko right now, since they just won that No Mod 3 by just a little bit. So the mental could be pretty bad for DimplesRMe after losing that pick by such a small score margin. And DimplesRMe finding that miss on that hyper dash, moving a little bit too early, and finding another miss on another hyper dash right before the KI section. That was a very big drop for DimplesRMe, and now Ibuki Fuko building up their combo advantage. Still 100% full comboing. That is very, very impressive a performance from Ibuki Fuko. And that score advantage is just firmly in place of Team Red now. DimplesRMe has built back up to the 200 combo mark, but I don't think it's enough because Ibuki Fuko is just so far in the lead now. The score advantage sits stagnant at 40,367. And this is a little bit of an easier section for players to hit. But a little bit of big dashes for these players to hit. And some tap dash patterns. So these players have to be very careful with their play control. And Ibuki Fuko finding that miss, moving too early before the hyper dash. That's gonna give a little bit of leeway for DimplesRMe to try and overtake Ibuki Fuko. I don't think the score bar is gonna go quite over because DimplesRMe did find one more miss than Ibuki Fuko. So that score lead is going to stop right before blue, before it goes over the blue. But I think it's gonna get really close. And now they're gonna see DimplesRMe with the combo advantage by Ibuki Fuko with a very decent score advantage here. But that very decent score advantage is going to decrease to something not decent at all because that's gonna be somewhere in the range of 12,000 points. That's a very small lead, and it could go over to anybody at this point. A single miss here could decide the rest of the map since these players are looking very phenomenal on this pick actually. Nobody missing on that little bit of a diff spike. And we build back up to a Ki. And a little bit of free combo here and there. And now we're at the Ki. Is anybody gonna drop a miss here? I don't think so. It's looking like both players holding on very well. Ibuki Fuko still in that lead with 12,000 points. DimplesRMe needs Ibuki Fuko to find a miss here, but Ibuki Fuko just looking so good on this map, and DimplesRMe the one to miss. Ibuki Fuko holding on to the end of the map, and it's gonna be Ibuki Fuko taking that point. And it's the breakpoint that Ibuki Fuko needed on No Mod 1, and as I was saying, such a coin flip map. But Ibuki Fuko, the mental on their side, that's gonna be Ibuki Fuko taking that map. Very good performances from both players, but Ibuki Fuko just edging it out a little bit more. Just a little bit more, and that little bit more was what it was all Ibuki Fuko needed. And DimplesRMe losing that breakpoint, that's gonna be horrible for their mental now. Now Ibuki Fuko sits firmly in the driver's seat as it is their pick. And Ibuki Fuko's gonna need to think long and hard about this one. It's the final pick of the match. And it's gonna be DT3. Very valid pick. Ibuki Fuko historically performing decently on DTs. Probably one of their most comfortable mods. And we did see both players struggling a little bit with DT. But I think movement-wise, Ibuki Fuko was the more comfortable player. So we might see Ibuki Fuko take this point. Surprised they didn't go for the other DT and instead went for a no mod pick, but that no mod pick worked out in their favor just by the smallest of margins. But for now, we will be seeing more DT. And this is gonna be AR 9.3. So that is That is, I think, what we saw Ibuki Fuko struggling with just now, the AR. And it was a little bit difficult for Ibuki Fuko to read. But I think Ibuki Fuko may have practiced this map. And maybe the convert aspect of it is gonna make it a little bit easier for Ibuki Fuko to read. Converts historically being a little bit easier to read and play than specifics, but Ibuki Fuko finding a miss. That's not good. Though the miss was very early on, so if Ibuki Fuko combos a little bit more, but Ibuki Fuko finding a miss, that's not good for Ibuki. DimplesRMe continuing to hold on, dropped a little bit of accuracy, but still holding on through the map, and Ibuki Fuko missing, but traded out by DimplesRMe. Now the score advantage is 60k already, and is continuing to build up as Ibuki Fuko finds another miss. Ooh, this is not looking good for Ibuki Fuko. DimplesRMe needs to miss now if Ibuki Fuko wants to have any chance of keeping their tournament lives alive. But it's looking like DimplesRMe is just holding on too strong here, and Ibuki Fuko just can't find any substantial combo. And DimplesRMe and Ibuki Fuko will trade on that, like after that wiggle section. But DimplesRMe continues to hold on for longer after that, and DimplesRMe finds another miss. Ibuki Fuko holding on to a little bit of a combo advantage. But I think it's what Ibuki Fuko needs. Their trade again, and that's DimplesRMe's advantage now. This is just all playing into DimplesRMe's hand. Could it have been a little bit of a blunder of a pick from Ibuki Fuko? It's looking like it so far. As Ibuki Fuko just not holding out to enough combo, as DimplesRMe once again, it's the same story. Found a lot of combo at the beginning, and after that, continuing to struggle with the map. A little bit more than Ibuki Fuko actually, but just that early combo advantage is what propels them to the finish line in front of Ibuki Fuko. But if that's gonna carry forward, we're gonna need to see a little bit of a miss from DimplesRMe, but Ibuki Fuko dropping a miss. I think that's it. Ibuki Fuko and DimplesRMe trading one last time towards the ending of the map, and that seals the deal. DimplesRMe taking that last map as a break point, and that's GG. DimplesRMe coming out with the 800k on DT to end it off. That's incredible performance by both players, honestly. Very close match. Honestly, could have gone to anyone, but DimplesRMe just finding the more accurate picks in this match, in my opinion. And that's gonna be DimplesRMe taking this last map and taking the match 5-3. Both players played really well, but for this match, DimplesRMe played better. And this is DimplesRMe winning this match now. Commiserations to Ibuki Fuko. And unfortunately, I think this is the lower bracket, so Ibuki Fuko will be knocked out of the tournament. But we hope to see Ibuki Fuko in future catch tournaments, and thank you for playing. And DimplesRMe, congrats on your win. That was a very hard fought battle. But we saw really excellent scores coming out from both players. And in the end, DimplesRMe they came out victorious. I think that was an incredible match, and that's gonna be all from us. Thank you, Bivians, for streaming. Thank you, everybody, for watching this stream. You can now go over to the main channel for the match between Basil and Baige Comgrad. And besides that, I think that's all from us. I have been No Budget Guy. I will be joining Ewong for casting later. So see you guys in a bit. Bye.